Hello, everyone, and welcome to Site Building Live 2023. What you see is what you get. I'm Philip Garrity, Head of Marketing at Refined, and I'm so glad you're here with us today. We can't wait to show you our new page builder, along with all the other programming we have in store. We'll start with our CEO, Emil, who will talk about the future of site building and how Refined can help you use your Atlassian tooling to reach more people for more purposes. Then we'll hear product updates as well as a bit about what's to come from our cloud and data center product managers. After that, we'll unveil the new page builder. And finally, we'll wrap up with a quick case study about consolidating multiple sites into one and some best practices on how it can be done. But first, just some quick housekeeping before we get started. This event is being recorded, so we'll send you a copy afterwards, or you'll be able to access it anytime at team23.refined.com. Chat is off, but we do have a field where you can leave questions, so go ahead and drop those there, and we'll do our best to get to some of them. But we do have a limited time, however, so if whatever we don't get to, we'll do our best to answer them on team23.refined.com again. And finally, everyone will be on mute throughout the event, but just to ensure the best experience for attendees. So as you all probably know, Team 23 is coming up in just 2 weeks, and we want to tell you how you can connect with us beforehand and during the event in Vegas. So the best way to do that is to, again, visit our site, team23.refined.com, which, by the way, is built with the new page builder that we're going to show you today. From there, you can reach out to us if you want to book a one-on-one meeting with our customer success team or book a demo at our booth. But there's no need to book us if you don't want to. You're free to just drop by our booth without an appointment anytime. We just hope to see you. We'll be at booth number 76. And finally, you're all invited to join our Marketplace Theater Talk on April 20th at 11 a.m., focusing on how you can use Confluence and Jira together in new and better ways on Refined sites. So we hope to see you there. And finally, we just released a new website, refined.com, and we hope you'll take some time to check it out. We have lots of information on there around the different ways you can use Refined, as well as inspiration from how other customers are using it. Plus, you'll find easy pathways to all the Refined info and resources you might need, like our help center and our security statements and so forth. So please check it out when you have some time, and we hope you like what you see there. And with that, I'll hand it over to our CEO, Emil, for the keynote.
Thank you, Philip, and hi and welcome, everyone. Very happy to see so many attendees here today. My name is Emil, CEO and co-founder of Refined. Today, I'm going to go into how you can get more value out of Confluence and Jira. Plus, we have exciting product announcements to present. We at Refined are 100% focused on delivering the best site building experience to the Atlassian products. We believe that there is a lot of untapped potential in Jira and Confluence. That Jira and Confluence can be used for more purposes, making sure our customers get the most out of their Atlassian tooling investments. For example, Alto is a fictive music technology company. They're already using Confluence and Jira internally. With Refined, they have built an intranet for their employees. An HR site using content from Confluence and Jira Service Management to deliver both employee handbook and an HR service direct to their employees. And an external developer site helping their developer community stay up to date. And finally, a documentation site serving all Alto's customers. All these sites are tailor-made for a specific target group's needs, all built from one Atlassian cloud instance. With Refine, you can simply make content and functionality from Confluence and Jira available to more people for more purposes. And what you can expect from Refine going forward is the capabilities and in-product guidance to solve even more use cases on top of the Atlassian product. We have a goal internally that every Refine customer should have at least 2 sites created. Right now, for our cloud customers, the average is 1.7. And speaking of sites, we have recently reached a big milestone. So it took us 4 years to get to 1,000 active customer created cloud sites, and only 1 year to add another 1,000 sites. And fast forward 3 months to today, there is another 400 sites added. And we are very happy to see that the adoption of our cloud products has gone so fast. But it feels like we are just getting started, and we are very excited to what's coming ahead. So I want to mention a couple of product announcements. Let's start with some good news for our European customers. Since Atlassian started building data residency, we received quite a few requests from our customers to be able to also pin the Refine data into EU. Besides the compliance and regulatory reasons, there is also performance gains to be made by having your content close by. Our EU cloud is now built out, and we have successfully migrated the first internal instance. And we are going to soon start migrating the first customers. So do let us know if you want to be one of them. A big challenge in cloud has always been macro rendering support. We will add an option to render pages, as in Confluence, using the new Confluence embeddable page module. This means full macro support, and that the formatting looks exactly as in Confluence. This feature will be released as a beta later in Q2. But it doesn't stop there. This means also that the editing of the Confluence pages will be available within the Refined world. We know that this has been a big ask from our customers, especially the migrating customers from on-prem. And we are very happy to deliver on this now. Finally, we have one big announcement left. Refine's first ever layout editor was released back in 2016. It's been used by all our products since. For the last 2 years, we have been busy building the next generation site building experience that will replace our old editor. Today, we are announcing the new page builder, which is the first part of our new what you see is what you get site building experience. The new page builder will be released to all products throughout the year, both cloud and data center. And we're starting with cloud in Q2. Daniel Kluck, the product manager of the page builder, will tell you more later at this event. That's it for me. I hope you will enjoy the rest of this event.
Thank you, Emil. With that, we'll hand it over to our first product manager, Dennis Anderson, from the data center team.
Thank you, Philip, and thank you, Emil, as well. And hello, everyone. So my name is Dennis. I'm the product manager for our server and data center products here at Refined. And in this segment, I'll share a bit on our recent updates for our data center products. So here's the agenda. We'll first go over a few of our biggest releases from last year, and I'll then expand on this by briefly sharing what we'll work on in the near future as well. And then finally, one feature that we in the data center team feels deserve an extra shout out. So diving straight in, first up is customizing my requests. So last year, we released a large set of new features for Refined for Jira. And if you're a user of that product, you might already be familiar with the improvements that we made to the My Request section and its associated landing page modules. Here, we improved the filter section to allow your end users to tailor and customize their view of requests in order to cut out the noise and focus on what's important. Either doing so via the expanded filters or via the search bar. You're also able to fully configure the columns in this view in order to and order them around. And this way, your users can consume the information about their requests in a way that's best suited for them. On the module side, that you use on your Refined site and on your landing pages, the admins can configure and filter these based on request types, groups, or even using advanced filter options in order to cover all use cases, essentially. And next up, we have a richer commenting experience for our users. So in our latest release, also for Refined for Jira, that just went out, we overhauled the request comment editor. So this now features a fully fledged rich text editor with supports for code blocks, headings, and other formatting options that you would expect. And a popular feature here that's now supported are user mentions. This, in addition to being able to, for example, add your images directly inline in the comment, with the added formatting options, the users can then easily paint a picture of what they're experiencing or what they need directly in the comment itself. Another highlight included in the most recent releases of both Refined for Jira and Refined for Confluence is the new feature of integrating Refined between the two Atlassian applications. And in this first iteration, you'll be able to configure seamless navigation between your Refined sites on both Confluence and Jira. So this is a great way to create a unified look and structure for your sites while leveraging both the powers of Confluence and Jira. So here's an example. We're starting out on our Jira Help Center. We've added our Confluence intranet to be easily available. And from here, you still have all your Confluence pages as per usual. You can see we still have the Jira sites available in the site switcher, but you can also navigate to your user profile menu, and there's links to My Requests, taking you directly back to that section of your Jira instance. So this way, of course, you'll be able to create a seamless navigation between the two applications, and of course, with the added ability to be able to fully configure this in terms of what sites to include or show and what user menu links to include. So that's some of our most recent updates. Let's take a look at what's planned in the near future. So first off, we'll continue to work on the refined integration and cross-product functionality space. There's a lot that can be done here, with the next steps being able to add modules from both Confluence and Jira on your refined sites. For example, displaying Confluence pages or news directly in Jira, or adding a request type module directly on your documentation page on the Confluence site. Secondly, we'll of course continue our ongoing enterprise-related work in areas around performance, stability, and trust for our server and data center products. And of course, enhancing our site builder features with the new page builder, which you'll see more on later. There's one more often overlooked feature that I want to run by you, because I feel it has the potential to really improve the way you work with your sites, and it acts as both a dictionary feature, but also a list of custom text variables in Refined for Jira. And while it integrates well with the multi-language setup that you can use in Refined for Jira, it also works great without having the need to add additional languages as well. You can, for example, set up a base URL variable to use when setting up your modules to allow for a smooth import-export experience of the layouts, or also when moving from between different instances. It's also a place where you can easily add that in one place and then just change it there instead of on all your layouts, for example. There's also a logic syntax which evaluates dynamic values so that you could do things like always have an up-to-date copyright message or a greeting that would say good morning or good afternoon based on the time of day. But there's much more information about this and other features as well on our documentation, our help site. So check there or reach out to us if you have any further questions. That was all for this spotlight and for me. So thank you very much for your time.
Great, thank you, Dennis. We had one question from the audience from Martin. He asked, any idea when it will be available for DC? I think it means the page builder. Correct me if I'm wrong, but there's no firm date. It's just on the roadmap for this year. Is that right?
Exactly. No firm date, but later this year. And we'll get some more details from Daniel, I think.
Okay, great. Well, thank you, Dennis. With that, now we'll move over to our second product manager, Therese Alberg from the cloud team.
So, thank you, Philip, and hello, everyone. I am Therese. I work as a product manager for our cloud products, and today I am thrilled to be giving you an update regarding the cloud products that we have to offer. Starting with a look at the past year, I will be presenting 3 features that we have released, something that we are excited to soon release, as well as highlight a feature that I would like to promote a bit more. So looking at some of our most impactful releases, I have, as mentioned, 3 things to show you so that you can continue to make the most out of your organization's cloud sites. The first feature I wanted to share is something we have released relatively recently, and this is the ability to add site-level administrators. So when you have multiple sites and multiple admins, not every admin needs the right to edit every site. For this reason, we have introduced a more granular permission setting to more carefully manage those access rights. So now there are 3 levels of admin rights on your site. So as you know, there is the refined administrators with the power to do everything across all of your sites. Secondly, we have the space or project level edit permissions on the Atlassian side, which gives you the ability to edit the page layout for the respective spaces or projects. And now we also have site administrators. The site admin is ideal for larger or security conscious companies, or even if you're a smaller company but managing multiple sites, the site admin is something for you. What the site administrator can do is build the site by editing the site structure, the configuration, and the site permissions, as well as setting up the audience feature and edit any layout they have the permission to view. What the site administrator cannot do, which is controlled by the refined administrator, is to create new sites, manage themes, payment details and integrations, as well as adding more administrators. So if you are managing multiple sites, you can start leveraging this by adding site admins in the permissions tab for each site. And on the topic of multiple sites, the second feature I will highlight today is the Site Switcher, which we launched last fall. Many of you operate a number of Refined sites. And as you know, you can have an unlimited number of sites for a variety of use cases and audiences. Some of those sites you have, they might be interconnected or serve similar sets of users. Well, we wanted to make it easier for you and for your users to hop between sites, similar to as you can do on Data Center. For example, if you have an intranet, you can, with the Site Switcher enabled, add navigations options either to your other Refined sites, such as a support site or a blog, or to external sites, such as your company website or to an HR platform. All easily accessible for your employees. Now we have come to the last thing I wanted to mention in the new feature segment, and that is that you can bring users and content creators closer together by giving logged in users the opportunity to provide feedback on Confluence pages. By enabling the feedback features, users can, when reading a page, leave feedback on the content as they are in the context of the page. You can choose to leave feedback with your user linked to it or anonymously. The feedback can then be viewed by the user as well as by the administrators and the content creator. As an administrator or a content creator, you can access, manage, and you can action on the feedback through the Refined portal. You can choose if you want to set up the feedback feature on your entire site or on specific spaces only. And with the feedback feature enabled, you can stop wondering if your intranet users understand your HR policies or if your self-help documentation is meeting the need. Feedback is an excellent opportunity for users to communicate with content creators without having to go through public comments. So now we have covered 3 new features that you can leverage for your sites, and it's time to move from what we have launched in the past year to something that we have been working on for quite some time, which is soon ready to be launched to customers. Currently, for both Refined for Confluence and Jira Cloud, data is stored and processed on a server in the US. As customers are moving to cloud, there has been an increasing demand for having data on different geographical locations, and especially within the European Union. We are in the coming months launching the ability to migrate your current data residency from the US to the EU. This has been a high demand feature, and we are happy to say that we are soon ready to start rolling this out. Once this is available, you can migrate your entire Refined instance to the EU, catering for both Confluence and Jira. And as Emil said in the beginning of this event, do let us know if you want to be one of the first customers migrating to the European Union. Moving to the last topic on the agenda for the Cloud Spotlight, I want to promote a feature that can bring a lot of value to your sites, but that is not as widely used as it could be. One of the things we get the most feedback on, and that we are also looking to improve, is the search function on Refined sites. One thing we usually recommend in our support channel, which is not that commonly used, is adding promoted search results to your site. Promoted search results help your users find what they are looking for faster and improve the overall experience of the site. This feature lets you decide what pages are suggested to users when they search for specific terms and reduces the time spent searching for information. Let's say there is a vacation policy you know everyone is curious about, or a feature in your product that requires a bit more explaining, and you know users are going to be coming to your site looking for that information. Those pages are great to make promoted search results. There is also statistics on the number of times a promoted search result is clicked, so that it's easier to maintain which links should continue to be promoted or to follow up on the effect of something newly promoted. And with that, I wanted to thank you for your time and see if there is time for questions.
Thank you, Therese. We did have a few questions come in, but I think since we had so many, we'll answer those offline when we send out the recording. So thank you, Therese. With that, we will move on to our next segment, which is the page builder demo with our product manager, Daniel Klug.
Thank you, and hello. My name is Daniel, and I'm the product manager of the core team at Refined, working on features for both cloud and data center Refined products. Today, I'd like to share our new and exciting page builder, which will replace the current layout editor. This is our next big step in the what you see is what you get site building experience. I'd like to start with an introduction to the new page builder before showing you how the page builder can be used to create new unique designs. Lastly, I'll share you some information on what you can expect depending on which Refined product you are using. We've been listening carefully to the feedback that you've been sharing with us. With this feedback in mind, we set out to deliver a new page building experience. It's designed to make working with pages faster and easier, but also to allow you to create new, more fluid designs. The new page builder is a what you see is what you get editor, meaning the published page will look exactly as you see in the page builder. See how we're in the page builder? And when we click on the publish, the page looks exactly as what we saw on the page builder. The page builder is easy to use. Simply drag and drop your modules or anything else to where you want it to be. See how easy it is to rearrange your page structure. With the added functionality of undo and redo, it's easy to experiment with your designs. Not happy? Simply undo with the click of a button or with our handy new keyboard shortcuts. The new page builder provides new capabilities that allows one to create new, unique designs. Backgrounds can be set on sections and modules. Colors, gradients, images, it's all possible. In the example image, you can see backgrounds set to different modules and sections. The new page builder will have a different structure, which allows for more control over your content. Rows, as highlighted in the image here, have been added to sections. This allows for more flexibility with the newly added backgrounds, in addition to more flexibility with view permissions. The text editor has also got an upgrade, and almost all text can now be edited to change color, font size, alignment, and more. This applies to almost any text in the available modules. It's easier than ever to personalize the site around your end users. Text variables are now easily accessible in the text editor and give you direct feedback on which are available and what content they contain. For example, this makes it extra easy to create a welcome message. In this example, the style of a marketing page is adjusted. A background color is changed. The spacing is changed. And the text will be changed in all just a few clicks. As you can see, it's quick and easy to build and maintain your page with many more options available to brand the site as your own. With our available modules, you'll be able to transform this to an intranet page by adding request types, or inform users on the progress of a project by adding a Jira issues module, and so on. It's drastically easier and more intuitive than ever to branch out and build different sites in Refined. The page builder rollout will start for Refined for Cloud customers in Q2. The beta will allow customers to use both the old and new page builder at the same time and switch freely between them. Soon there will be support for using old pages in the new page builder, which are converted automatically. The rollout is phased, meaning customers will get access in groups over time. If you wish to participate but don't have access yet, please go to team23.refined.com and click Enroll in the Page Builder beta. Refined for Jira Data Center will be the next Refined product to receive the new Page Builder. The rollout will start later this year. In the future, we have many improvements planned. We're going to give you even more tools to create more designs effortlessly. Keep giving us feedback. We appreciate you sharing your thoughts with us and use this to improve Refined further. In Refined for Cloud, find our new feedback button in the admin Refined site on the right-hand side to give feedback while you're using Refined, or give feedback on help.refined.com under Get Support. Thank you for your time. Are there any questions?
Thanks, Daniel. We have one from Martin. He says, can you save your page layouts as templates?
That won't be currently available. It's one of the considerations for further improvements.
Great. All right, well, thank you, Daniel. Exciting to see the page builder. All right, and I'm going to take this next section where we pivot a little bit to talk more about sites conceptually and specifically to the question of using one or multiple, which if you joined last year for Site Building Live, you might remember was a topic that we covered there. So as you know, Refined allows you to build unlimited sites from a single instance, but often the question is, should you? And of course, the answer depends on your organization, your users, and other factors. Now, it's a question that we faced ourselves over the past year. So thinking about one site, the advantages are that it can be a common destination for a variety of content. Plus, if you need to, you can use tools like view permissions to show only what's relevant to certain user groups, allowing you to accommodate more than one type of user potentially. Multiple sites, on the other hand, allows you to serve up different content to different audiences with different needs and potentially for different use cases altogether. So we recently grappled with this question ourselves, and we were so happy with the outcome that we wanted to share it with you today. So for some background, heading into 2023, we were running 3 customer-facing sites. We had this one, our support site, which had our customer support service desks from Jira Service Management, plus FAQs pulled from Confluence. We had our documentation site, which contained documentation for all of our products, also pulled from Confluence. And needless to say, this was really important stuff for customers to get up and running. And then we had our migration site, which is primarily Confluence documentation, but we did have a couple of request types on there from Jira Service Management related to migration. And most commonly, this was used by customers migrating from DC to cloud. But we had a number of issues with the separate sites model. The primary users of these sites all fit the same general profile in that they're most likely customers. So we realized we were potentially confusing them by forcing them to hop between sites instead of sending them to one easy to access destination. Migration and documentation users were also navigating to the support site. Support seekers may have been overlooking documentation and migration that could have helped them on a different site. And then on top of that, we had we were managing 3 separate sites by 3 separate teams. So there was a lot of duplicative work being done. So we decided to streamline into one site that would address all 3 needs, help.refine.com. And I'll give you a quick tour of the site in hopes that it helps any of you considering a similar consolidation, or if you're considering adapting an existing site for more purposes. So here's a look at help.refine.com. You'll see up at the top on the nav, we created dedicated pathways for documentation, migration, and support. Documentation, which is these first 2 items, is broken out by hosting type, cloud and data center, offering pathways to landing pages for each product if you click these drop downs. And on these landing pages, if we click through, you can see we have a search bar tied to the Confluence documentation for this product specifically, which ensures that search results are relevant. We have this page tree, which we hope helps people find the right type of documentation before they enter into that area of the site, which we'll show you in a second. And also down here, this blog for new releases and news. Up top here, we have migration, also broken up by cloud and data center, with landing pages similar to the ones I just showed you. And finally, we have the support section of the site over here on the right. And for this, you can either use a drop-down to select your hosting or click through to a landing page and choose it that way. Up here, we have a big can't miss icon for the FAQs, so we can hopefully direct folks there. Clicking through to the FAQ, you can see that it's conveniently intermixed with the documentation. So it's just a click away. Often we find answers to support queries are found in here, so we like that it's located close by. But going back to the request page, to the cloud landing page, you can see we also have our request types accessible here if that self-help fails, and an issue tracker down below, which shows active requests. And what's nice here is users can file their requests right on this page without switching contexts or navigating away to Jira Service Management. They just hit send and then hopefully continue learning. So that is our new help site. We're already seeing a major improvement from the consolidated site. It's easier on customers to remember one site. Support and documentation are a natural fit to deliver together because if you need one, you often need the other. And maintenance is easier for us internally. If you're thinking of doing a similar consolidation or reworking an existing site to accommodate a new purpose or use case, here's our advice to you. First, put your audience first. Think about what they need. Are they better off with 1 or 2 sites? And could simple fixes like view permissions maybe make one site better for everyone versus creating a new one? Invest your time upfront in your content strategy before you build. So think about all of the actions you want users to take, the content that they need, and how it will all fit together. We, for example, had a dedicated workshop and multiple rounds of reviews to map out the content strategy before we actually built the consolidated site. And finally, less is more. So aim to keep the user experience simple and streamlined, eliminating unnecessary noise and content. That will help you help your users find what they came looking for easier. So that's all for this segment. Thank you for joining us today. We're really glad we were able to show you the new page builder as well as all the other new product features Like we said in the beginning, keep an eye out for an email from us with this recording and a link to our Team 23 site, team23.refine.com. Don't forget, we'll be at booth number 76 in Las Vegas. We hope to see you. Thank you for joining us today, and we'll see you soon.